Hello, minasan. This is Elica Miwa. I will show you wonderful scenes and villages of wild Atlantic coast of Ireland. After long COVID-19 restriction, Japan finally raised the bar in the autumn 2022, and I am going to visit Galway in search of Lady Gregory's World. Today is 6th October 2022, and I'm going to the Cliffs of Moher. I have joined a tour going through the Wild Atlantic Way. The driver tells us many interesting things.
The largest touch route in Ireland.
He even changed the route to let us see the Moher Castle, for the weather got better. Now we are out of town and heading into the farmland, and we see the Moher Castle from the different angle. This is the area of Ballinderreen. The name means the oak and the rock. They say it has been existed since the Ice Age. Even though it is cloudy, you can see how green the land is. No wonder people habited here. These stone walls look quite similar to the ones in Cotswolds, England. Well, Ireland has a long, intricate history with England. The stones are put by hands. Each house has its own way to let the others know the territory. It is interesting to see many different styles of houses. It shows the long history of the area or of this road, and it is still developing.
So you look at the front of the coach, it's going to be on the right hand side, you turn on the left hand side, turn the corner. You see the signpost with the two white doors there, that's the actual signpost from the picture postcard. It's an extremely popular postcard. Some of you have received it. It's a copy.
It says Burren Waterworks. Oh, we are already in the Burren. Sheep! We are stopping to see Dunguera Castle. Many seaside castles mean there were battles between Vikings from Norway, I guess. Hi. Today I am going to the, I don't know what kind of, I can't actually pronounce the name of the castle, but I am going to the castle by using the bus tour. I hope this is the first stop. Bus driver was really nice. I mean, his talk is so interesting. Beyond the bush and the turfs, through bush, through briar, there is going to be a castle. Look, I can see that. Oh, that's a beautiful castle. How romantic to see the castle through the bush, through the autumn leaves. It gives me the feeling of me being a knight to find a prince hidden in the castle. It would be so beautiful if the sky and sea were blue. It is still beautiful. アルドラハンこちら。Am I in the photo? So beautiful. Dunguare Castle. Dunguare Castle. Open their visit. Medieval banquets. Oh, smell of the sea. Now going inside this iron fence. Ooh, walled courtyard. One wishes to shoot a fantasy movie here. A high tower. Let's go in. A little bit crowded. It seems there is a shop upstairs. Whoa, vaults! Fantastic! ミッションが8ユーロかかるということなので、それやってると多分20分ぶりだと思うからちょっと周り一周で終わり。One of the rooms I saw from the front door, the wall painting remains. The square style, very different from other European countries, I think. Well, the other European countries, I feel like the rounded one. なかなか冷える。ちょっとこっちの方も見てみましょう。I never saw such kind of seashore either in Japan nor in England. Maybe in Scotland. A Highland Scottish castle facing the island looks similar. The flat shores of brown rocks covered with seaweeds. Do they eat seaweeds? Here we are. On the parking area, there was a notice board of an art exhibition. This is a shocking photo. Is it a dead body? When you look closer, you will know it was made of either stone or mud. This was an exhibition on the potato famine in 1840s to 1850s, which killed 2/3 of the entire population, including children, and pressed a great impact on building the country of United States and Australia. In this tour, the driver, the guide, talks about this potato famine, how people think that it is important to talk about it from the Irish point of view. Ireland was, in fact, just became an independent republic in 1937, and before then, the press and the British government didn't want to make a big fuss about it, for it was and is their shame. I guess after Brexit, Ireland has got more psychologically independent and now wants to put more light on these harsh and awful period or incidents from the poor people's point of view. Now take a look at the houses here. These two houses show typical farmhouses. In the play called The Workhouse Ward by Lady Gregory, two characters are in the bed talking about their good old days when they were neighbors. This is a perfect photograph for the actors to imagine the setting. We see a little fort-like tower on the hill. The road sign on the bottom left shows the way to Ballyvaughan, where a character of the play called The Rising of the Moon, also written by Lady Gregory, talked as a nice, quiet seaside village, like here. Let me show you the detailed view of the stone walls. These were all piled up by human hands, one by one. First, you've got to start from breaking the flat, rocky ground. Then, one thought about how to pile them. Each farmer had his own way and rule of piling the stones. The bare stone walls had many holes. Did they mind? No, because those holes were for birds, insects, bushes and flowers. And eventually, the stone walls became the green walls, where you can pick up berries.
In the late 80s, early 90s, a local intended that to come out of every unit, turn on the lights, and return them on to the extinguisher to switch it off. During the 80s, all the lighthouses on the Irish coastline underwent a process of automation. It's all done by machine now.
The notice board here shows how dangerous the area called the Blackhead is, and also significant for Atlantic crossing.
this glacier that stripped away all the soil to reveal the bare limestone either side of us here. And suspended in the ice, suspended in the glacier, you would have found the seeds of Mediterranean and alpine plants. And as the ice receded, as it melted, it deposited, it dropped the seeds in the landscape. The seeds eventually made their way into the fissures, into the grooves, into the grikes. The Mediterranean seeds settle on the sunny side, nice and warm there, they think they're at home, so they grow. The alpine seeds settle on the shady side, pretty cool there, they think they're at home, so they grow. Look here, we got 1, 2 coaches and a car just pulled up. Might be able to squeeze in between them maybe, we'll see.
The round rocks were carried by the glacier. The same glacier stripped off the soil and the bare ground of limestones remained. Here is a place famous for rock climbing. We are actually at the very edge of a huge Samovar rock. When you go outside the coach, you are left in the strong cold wind. I will let you hear how strong the wind is just for a bit. Can you see a few lines on the hill? They are stone walls. I was impressed first, thinking how diligent the farmers were for their crops and sheep. But in fact, they were not that useful and romantic. These stone walls on the barren hills are called the famine walls, for they were made by poor people who lost their land and means of living by the potato famine. English government gathered those people, telling them to make the stone walls on the hill. Then they could get payment and some soup. Unbelievably meaningless, unimaginably hard work, and the English government many times did not even pay a dime. Very, very sad. I am grateful for the bus driver for telling us this. I now understand a little bit more of the relationship between the English government and the island. Let's go back to fun parts. I will walk towards the edge of the cliff, falling into the sea. I was talking, but because of the strong wind, the recording was not good. It's unlistenable. Many people are walking on the rock hill. Later, I did go up to the hill and took a selfie. Hello! Touch the rock carried by the glacier from far, far away. Amazing. So I am approaching the edge of the cliff. Oh! The wind is so strong, I cannot take my hand off from my cap, and my right hand is carrying my GoPro. I have to be really careful here. One gush of the wind and I will be off to the sea 50 meters below without touching anything. Now I lay myself down on the stomach at the edge to look down below. Having done that, I was quite a long time, but by watching this video, I found it was just a few seconds. But it was a fun, exciting experience. This is Doolin, one of the two ports to the Aran Islands. Is it true that I am going to the islands 3 days later? Through this sea? Oh dear me. Frightening. frightened me selfie. Hello. Lunchtime. A pub in the village of Doolin. There is a photo of Bono of U2. Did he come here? Nice and warm place. The bus driver's recommendation was fish chowder and fresh white fish in Doolin beer batter. I took the fresh white fish, which was turned out to be everyone's favorite fish and chips. After lunch, we head to the highlight of the day, Cliffs of Moher. No wonder there is a memorial monument for the people who lost their lives under the cliff. Rest in peace. The wind is very, very, very strong, but let's go. This is iPhone. And now I can see the coach. Blown away by the wind. I wonder. It is such a good idea to make caves and have everything under the rock. Information center, museum, shops and cafe. Paying tribute to Ukraine. A tower on my pointing finger. On the way to go back to Galway through inland road. Enjoying autumn leaves, winding road and greens. Stop by at a car park. What a panorama! This is Ireland. Bolt になります。だいたいあの平原の向こう側あたり。This is a closer view of the hill on the left. Very rocky. And this is a closer view of the hill on the right. Also very rocky and bold.
There's so much rain out here in the last couple of days that the water table has risen up and it's flooded the field. It won't take too long. All it has to do is stay dry for 2-3 days and the water will sink back down again. You can see where the fence goes through the middle of the lake, more or less. That doesn't happen.
Passing by vanishing lakes and came back to Galway Bay. These are the locations that I am going to visit by car tomorrow. Tonight, I had fresh oysters at the Martins, a good fine Italian restaurant near the bay at High Street. Buon appetito! So this was the day 2 of my trip to Galway. The next video is my day 3. And you will see the beautiful countryside of West Ireland. Thank you for watching. I love you. And don't forget to subscribe Elica Miwa.